who will prevail? Next on the show. Kyle Hendricks gets the ball in Game 3 of the series. Eric, any thoughts?
Well, Matty, he's looking to knock down that ERA. You see there, he's into the fours, looking to have a little better start than what he's been accustomed to.
Chase Utley heads for the batter's box, and we are just about ready for some evening baseball.
Second baseman, number 26.
And we are underway from Wrigley as the first pitch of the night is taken for ball one. EK, as we look at the Cubs entering play here tonight, they've been pretty much unstoppable the last couple of weeks or so. Winners of 9 straight ball games.
Yeah, but they've got a tough assignment on the mound here tonight, so they're going to have their hands full. But the way they've been playing, I get the sense that no one in that dugout's too concerned.
A chance now for the Los Angeles Dodgers starting lineup. Steve, what do they have to do to take down a very hot team here on the road?
Well, you're going to get a heavy dose of those sinking fastballs, so you got to look for the ball to get up in the zone. If you swing at anything down, you're going to be rolling over pitches, and it's hard to get a rally started if you're hitting into double plays all day.
Here comes the first pitch. Justin Turner comes on with one gone here as he looks at a called strike one. Figure we'll probably see a heavy dose of that sinker here tonight.
It's really a pitch you'll lean on it, especially when he needs that ground ball, but even in situations like this where he's just trying to get ahead.
That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
Yeah, he came with a little bit of a different look that time. This pitch is also in there knee high, and now they've got him behind in the count, 0-2.
Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Bases are empty, one man out. The next 0-2 misses, and that'll move it to 1-2 now.
That big curveball is not an easy one to take on an 0-2 count. That's a great job of holding on.
Chopped foul at the plate. It'll remain 1-2. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Shot to third. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. And he will get there with the first hit of the ball game, a 1-out double.
Batting third.
Yeah, no hesitation there as we train our camera directly on him. But once this gets down the line, he's thinking 2 right out of the box, and he's able to beat the throw into second and leg out a double.
Here's Corey Seager. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball.
Well, this is the kind of situation where they came up short last night. They had opportunities, but they could never really cash them in, so you can bet they'd love to get something going on the board early here.
1 out and a runner on second base. Chop foul right at home plate. It's strike one. And that's on the outside corner, 1-2. And there are our umpires calling balls and strikes is Mr. Ed Drummond.
Well, Matt, Drummond is a really well-respected umpire. Pretty rare that anyone has a major beef with the way he calls the strike zone.
Has to be thinking strikeout here. Ground ball sent back up the middle. Backhanded. Off-balance throw, but he couldn't get enough on it, so it'll be scored as an infield single.
Well, if this ball gets through up the middle, there's a good shot they're going to score a run right there. But you can see a nice effort here at second base to even try to get an out on that play. It'll wind up being an infield single, but at least it keeps that other runner at third base.
Howie Kendrick will stand in, and as you check out his righty-lefty splits, no surprise that he hits better against the southpaws than he does against right-handers. First pitch on its way. And a good pitch on the inside corner for strike one.
Pretty cool right there. You know, it's so important in a tough spot to get that first pitch strike over, and he's able to jump ahead.
Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. And here's a ball hit in the air. Hayward coming on, and they're going to take a 1-0 lead as the run comes across to score. And he is in there.
This is a good sign right here. These guys were pretty well shut down the last time they took the field. This time, they get on the board first on this RBI single.
Here's Jock Peterson now, as he'll take a tough pitch on the outside part of the plate for strike one.
Now here's a spot with a run home already. That looks nice on the scoreboard. But if you could put up a 2 or even a 3 spot here in the first, that could really go a long way against a guy like this.
He's set. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2.
There's not a whole lot of conviction in that swing. It was almost like an afterthought, like an emergency hack.
Chop foul at the plate, and he stays alive, still 0-2. Now the 0-2 pitch. And a classic 0-2 pitch as the changeup misses low, and it's 1-2 now. Where are you going here?
I'm throwing that same pitch again. Make him prove that his plate discipline is such that he can lay off it twice in a row.
He got him, and it'll probably take a base hit now to get that runner across from third. And with that, let's take a look at the Cubs alignment on defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, guys, when you talk about elite defensive outfielders, this guy's at the top of anyone's list. Jason Hayward can cover ground. He's got an unbelievable arm. And when you're talking about defensive runs saved, there aren't a lot better.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And a backhanded try into the hole that's short, but this gets on by. They'll cash in here as the run is in to score from third. It's a 2-0 ball game.
And things have not come as easily for him as they did the last time he took the mound. He's already given up more runs in this first inning than he did in his entire last start.
Yasiel Puig will stand in, and as you can see the numbers away from home, he's been much better once he gets out on the road. Looking to minimize the damage here. Swinging a high pop-up straight back, though it looks as though he'll have room back there. And he'll get under it to put it away in foul territory, and that ends the inning. So it's 2 runs on 4 base hits. No errors and a couple of men left on. We'll move on to the bottom half of inning number 1. Swing and a little tapper. Foul ball, however, strike 1. Swing and a liner. Foul. Kershaw looks in. Here it is on 0-2. Hit sharply on the ground to the left. A dive, but he can't get it. It's through into the outfield.
Well, that curveball is going to be an important pitch for him to locate going forward. This one's not terrible, but it is over the plate, and it gets turned into a leadoff single.
Jason Hayward will stand in, and as you can see, his home and road splits there. He's been a much better hitter away from home. A little tardy there. No balls and a strike. Eric, you look at your former employers, the Dodgers, as they enter play here tonight. They come in not exactly setting the world on fire as they've dropped 5 of their last 8 ball games.
and the road hasn't been all that kind to them either. They've dropped 4 of the first 5 on this trip, so they're in need of a well-pitched game here in a bad way.
Man, a fastball just misses. It's 1-1.
That's a good pitch call right there on that fastball away. That works almost like a pitch out, just in case he's thinking about it over there at first.
Pitch out. Nothing doing. That's going to even up the count at 2-2. And this is swung on and missed, and Hayward is gone on strikes, and there's 1 away. And now time to check how Joe Madden has lined the Cubbies up in this one. What do you think they need to do to keep this winning streak rolling, Steve?
Oh, you got to chip away. You're down by 2 after the top of the first, and that doesn't guarantee they're not going to score more runs as this game goes along, but find a way to get yourself back in this game.
Into the box, Chris Bryant. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Now a snap move over to first, and the runner will get back standing.
Just keeping an eye on him.
First pitch coming. Here it is. First pitch has him dancing to avoid it. It's ball 1.
And we'll see him work both sides of the plate with the curveball going forward. Well, maybe not that far in, but he'll move that pitch around.
Runners off for second. Pitch is a cold strike. The throw. Short hop, but they got him. Great pick and tag to catch him trying to steal.
That's a big-time throw right there. I mean, a big-time throw. Anytime you can get this guy, you've done something.
From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. 1-2, here it comes. Strike 3 called, and the inning is over. 1 hit's all they get. Second inning coming up here at Wrigley. It's the Dodgers 2 and the Cubs nothing. A.J. Ellis will stand in trying to keep that hitting streak alive. See what he's done over the past 9 ball games.
Ellis.
Into the windup and the pitch. And the 34-year-old veteran looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. Chop foul over towards the dugout. Looking to put him away. Here's the 0-2. Chop foul at the plate, and we'll do it again. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Out in front of that one, but he stays alive, and we'll do it again on 0-2. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Push to the right side. And a base hit, so the leadoff man is on to begin the inning.
Well, you talk about being locked in at the plate right now. That is 10 straight games with a base hit now, and it's going to be a lot of fun to see how long he can keep this thing going.
The pitcher, Clayton Kershaw, steps up to the plate in a sacrifice situation, so let's see if that is indeed on right here.
Textbook sack situation here, guys.
And now the bunt attempt from Kershaw, and it looks to be a good one. To second for one, on to first, but not in time as he's in there ahead of the throw.
Yeah, you want to put this down to the right side, force that first baseman to field it, but that ball is bunted just way too hard, so that's a good decision defensively to go ahead and take the force at second.
In is the second baseman, Chase Utley. Couldn't quite hold back that time as the changeup fooled him for strike one. Hit hard on the ground to second. Zobrist is there. There's one. Back to Rizzo, and they get out of it here. A double play to retire the side. 4-6-3. They roll it up to get out of the jam. Back with more on our Wednesday night showcase right after this. Anthony Rizzo will stand in now, still struggling to get anything going offensively.
Hey, you never know. Things might be looking up for this guy. He's hitting over 300 in his last 10 games, even though his season average doesn't look that good.
Kershaw gets the sign. Here's the first pitch. High in the air and deep to straightaway left. Thompson ranging back. He makes the catch. A great effort to get there and record the first out of the inning. With a moment now, let's take a look at the defensive alignment for the Dodgers. It's brought to us by Majestic. Any thoughts, Eric?
Well, man, one of the most versatile players in the game is Justin Turner. Can play any of the infield positions, and he's going to play them well. One of those types of guys that you're not going to look at and say, wow, he's real fluid or real smooth, any of those sorts of things. But he gets the job done, and he gets it done well.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Ben Zobrist is in with one away now as he swings and misses here at strike one.
And that's what Kershaw can do to you. He's not as hard a thrower as a lot of people think, but the way he keeps you off balance is top-notch.
And the fact that his arm angle is the same every time, he repeats his release point better than anyone in baseball.
And Gonzalez will tuck this one away for round number 2.
Batting sixth, left fielder, Jorge Soler.
Jorge Soler will stand in, back in the lineup after getting the night off yesterday. First pitch of the at-bat. Not even close on that swing. No balls and a strike.
You know, a lot of times with a sinker baller out there, you're just conditioned to always look for something down. So he can surprise you with that high fastball, maybe four-seam it every once in a while, and when he does, you can forget it.
Line to the right side, and that's in there, so perhaps some life here with 2 men out. So he's aboard here on the 2-out single, but overall this is one of the weaker offensive ball clubs around, at least in terms of team batting average.
Yeah, Matt, as we take a look at this graphic here, you can see this isn't one of the stats this team is very proud of. So needless to say, opposing pitchers have been loving the returns when facing off against these guys.
Here's the first pitch to him. Addison Russell is in with 2 away here as this one swung on and missed for the first strike.
Yeah, and this is a spot where you just have to make them bring the ball down. It's very difficult to do anything positive when it's up that high.
Comes set with the 0-1. And he watches one dip low and inside for a ball. 1-1. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Stung into the gap in right center for what should be extra bases. Around third and being waved on home. The relay throw, and he is in there with an RBI triple.
And we've seen this before with this team. They can strike so quickly. Even after 2 outs, you can't go to sleep on these guys because sure enough, they get a single, and that's followed up immediately by a triple, and they end up getting a run here in this inning after all.
Standing in now, Kyle Schwarber. Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. The 0-1 delivery. Now a fastball that's taken close that time, but it's 1-1. And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Hot shot to third. Turner's got it. And a stretch at first, and he's able to keep his foot on the bag, and that's going to save a run as the side is retired. But the Cubs do come through with 1 thanks to the RBI triple. We've played 2. It's the Dodgers 2 and the Cubs 1. Box as we are all set to begin the third.
Baseman, Justin Turner.
Took a little off, and it's in for a called strike 1. It's sharply toward third, but this will be speared at third, and that was self-defense all the way. 1 gone.
Hey, you got to be quick down there. It's the hot corner. It seems like a third baseman, most of the plays you have, it's either on you in a heartbeat or it's a slow roller. Not a whole lot of plays in between, but he stays with it to make the play there.
Here's Corey Seager. As he swings and hits this one foul off to the right and out of play. The windup and the 0-1. Now a swing and a fly ball. And this will fall, but it's a foul ball. Ready with the 0-2. Now a swing and a miss here as he's down on strikes. So it's 2 up, 2 down to begin the third.
Well, there's no question that the sinker away has always been this guy's bread and butter pitch. You can see where it is on show track, and you're just not going to get a better location than that pitch with 2 strikes.
Adrian Gonzalez will make his way in now as you get a look at his splits there on your screen. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Turned on down the line. Played on the backhand. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. 1-2-3 go the Dodgers. They lead it 2-1. Kyle Hendricks digs into the box in the bottom of inning number 3.
Pitcher, Kyle Hendricks.
Kershaw's ready. Here's the first pitch. Saws him off here as this ball's popped into the air. And he'll steer clear.
Well, if you break a guy's bat, you've almost always made a great pitch. But here, he might have gotten a little more than he bargained for as this ball's back at him. But he's able to focus on the task at hand and makes a nice play.
Here's Dexter Fowler now. As the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. And that pitch misses in the dirt, and it's 2-0 now.
This is a guy whose numbers are on the rise, and this is a big reason why. 2 close pitches, 2 good takes, and now he's in a great hitter's count, 2-0.
From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Peterson is camped under this one, and he's got it for out number 2.
The right fielder, number 22, Jason Hayward.
Settling in now, Jason Hayward. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yep, they sent him packing last time, so maybe they have a pretty good idea of how to attack him again right here.
Here's a swing and a high pop-up. Drifting toward the third base dugout. Turner is there, and they breeze through this half inning as the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. They still trail it here 2-1. Jock Peterson is ready here as we begin the top of the 4th.
Center fielder, Jock
First
Peterson.
delivery to him on the way. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. It's over. And he hauls it in for the first out of the inning.
Now batting, left fielder, Trace Thompson.
Stepping in, Trace Thompson. He reached on a single in his first try. Into the seats, 0-1. That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
And I think now you're starting to get the sense that he's put that first inning behind him, and he looks a lot more comfortable out there now.
Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. He's ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a little blooper to center. Fowler over to his right. He's got it, and there are 2 down now.
The right fielder, number 66, Yasiel.
Nice. A good pitch there to record the out. You can see on the graphic with 39 strikes, his ball-to-strike ratio is way out of whack. Just seems like guys are up there swinging at just about everything he's throwing.
Into the box now, Yasiel Puig. His last at-bat didn't go his way as he popped out in foul territory. First pitch is a changeup for a called strike. Hot shot down the line, but this will wind up a foul ball, strike 2. Hard hit ball to second. Zobrist has it. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. Dodgers down in order. They still lead it 2-1. Chris Bryant is set to lead us off in the home half of the fourth inning.
And right here is an important time for them to climb back into this one. They definitely want to even this one up sooner rather than later.
Kershaw into the windup. Here comes the first pitch. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball one. 1-0. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
And down by a run, a leadoff walk would certainly help the cause. He's got to shrink that strike zone here and not chase anything that he shouldn't be swinging at.
And not the kind of swing you're hoping for on 2-0 as they bunch him up inside. It's 2-1 now.
Got in his kitchen big time right there.
Swung on and missed, and it's even at 2-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. A little late with the swing, but he stays alive. Still 2-2. And he takes strike three called on the fastball. One gone.
And he's having a rough go of it so far. His second strikeout of the ball game. You can see him gesturing that he thinks that pitch was outside, but I think once he gets a look at it in the clubhouse, he'll probably change his tune.
Anthony Rizzo is at the plate now. Flied out in his first at bat. This is hit high in the air and pretty deep down the left field line. And he will make the play out there, and there are two away now.
You see this ball start slicing away from him toward the end here, but he winds up staying right with it and running it down.
Here's Ben Zobrist now. As the first pitch to him is lifted out in the air out towards shallow right field. In there, a base hit.
Yep, maybe a shot here now with two away as they finally get another base runner. He'd retired 6 in a row prior to this base hit, so he's had his way with these guys for the past few innings.
Jorge Soler strides in after getting a base hit and later scoring the first time around. Chop foul at the plate, strike one. Ready with the 0-1. And he falls behind 0-2. The 0-2 delivery. And he couldn't get him to chase the 0-2 fastball. It's 1-2.
And I think that might have been a little bit of a purpose pitch right there up in the zone. Now I think he's going to come back down with something to try to get that strikeout.
Rocket to third, but pulled in at the hot corner, and that ends the inning. One left for the Cubs. They're down 2-1. A.J. Ellis will step in now to lead off the inning as his guys look to maybe break the rut they've been stuck in.
Yeah, and after that first inning, it's been all zeros since. And once he kind of got settled into that groove, he's been a difficult nut to crack.
Chopped foul right at home plate. Hit well on the ground to first. Rizzo is there, and he'll take this to the bag. 3 unassisted for the first out.
Yeah, doesn't look like much has changed here to start this inning either. That's 8 in a row now he's set down.
Clayton Kershaw steps in for his second at-bat. A fielder's choice his first time around.
Wow, just not going his way right now. Slumping pretty hard. He just needs some solid contact to get that confidence going again.
That's yanked into the stands. Strike 1. 5th inning, 2-1 our score. That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
Hard to believe he let that one go. That was right on a platter for him.
Swing and a line drive, but this will be a foul ball. Oh, and 2, here it comes. Tap foul at home plate. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Ground ball right side. And he'll take this to the bag himself, and there are 2 away now.
And you just get the sense that he's got it on cruise control out there now. Make it 9 in a row he's set down.
Chase Utley will dig in. He's flown out and hit into a double play in 2 trips. Here's a sinker to start him out, but he wouldn't bite. It's ball 1.
Well on his way to another good inning right here, and you see the pitch count. It's not even close to being a factor just yet.
2 runs, 5 hits. No errors for the Dodgers thus far. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. Lifted the other way out to left center. After it is Soler. He gets there to make the play, and that ends the inning. 1-2-3 go the Dodgers as they're unable to add to their 2-1 lead. Addison Russell will stand in to start things out here in the home half of the 5th. And you get the sense, Steve, that this crowd's been pretty well taken out of the ballgame to this point.
Yeah, they pretty much had to sit on their hands all afternoon. Not a lot to get excited about so far. And I think that's a credit to that man out there on the mound. He's cut right through this lineup for the first 4 innings.
First offering on its way. And this one's not close. It's in the dirt for ball 1.
Well, he just about went around. He was lucky to put on the brakes when he did.
Grounded to the right. Utley gets to it, and he's retired here, 1 away.
Now batting.
So yet another strong outing for him tonight as we show you the league leaders in ERA.
Well, guys, he's one of the best in the league in that department right now. And when you're pitching as well as he is, the scoreless innings just seem to stack up. He's got another good outing going here.
Kyle Schwarber is in for his second plate appearance as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. That evens it up, 1-1. 1-2 as he chases the slider.
Yeah, and it seems like he kind of got away from that pitch here in the last few innings. You got to think about bringing that one right back.
And the slider gets him swinging. 2 gone.
This is one of those guys that you can spend all your time in the video room watching what his pitches look like, but until you get out there and see it firsthand, you just have no idea how much his stuff moves around.
Stepping in now, Kyle Hendricks. As he'll swing here and lift a fly ball out to right center. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. Cubs are down in order. Our score remains 2-1. Justin Turner will start things out for the Dodgers in their half of inning number 6.
Third baseman, Justin Turner.
And he gets ahead with the curveball. Strike 1. Not too many strikeouts on the ledger for him so far, but it hasn't really mattered.
Yeah, I think ideally you'd like to see him miss a few more bats, but as long as you're keeping guys off balance and you're letting your defense help you, you don't need to strike a ton of guys out to be successful.
Hit the other way out toward right field. And the 6th inning opens with a flyout, 1 away.
Well, he is definitely doing his part out there. You see his line so far. He's keeping his guys in the ball game. He's just not getting any help offensively.
Corey Seager steps in, working on a 1-for-2 game so far. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Hit hard back up the middle and into center field as he's aboard with a 1-out single.
And now finally that base hit breaks a string of 11 straight that he had retired. He was starting to look invincible out there.
Digging in, Adrian Gonzalez. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
And Matt, with the double play in order, they'll obviously be looking to induce another ground ball out of him right here.
Hits the bottom of the strike zone here with the sinker. Strike 1. In the air, down the left field line and deep. Soler on the move. He can't make the play as it hops over the wall, and that's a break for the defense as it's going to keep the runner from first from scoring.
That's the way you like to see your guys attack the baseball. The pitch is away, so he goes the other way, and this ball winds up hopping over the wall for a ground rule double.
Here's Jock Peterson now, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. Sinker, 1 ball, 1 strike.
And even though he's given up his share of hits so far, he still hasn't walked anybody, so at least he's got that going for him.
Looking to keep this a 1-run game. Again to third, but he gets back in time. Two-one, here it is. Changeup, called to strike, and he comes back even at 2-2. Chop foul at the plate, and the count holds at 2-2. Trying to strike him out for the second time. Strike 3 called, and now he's 1 out away from getting out of this.
And you know, he really doesn't have to throw that changeup all that much for it to be an effective pitch. And you can see what his breakdown is so far.
Trace Thompson will dig in now. A single and a fly out for him in 2 trips thus far.
And you know, I think he's had a good approach in each of his first 2 at-bats. He seems to be seeing the ball well and putting some decent swings on it.
They'll start him here with a changeup, but it's taken for ball 1. 2 runs, 7 hits. No errors for the Dodgers thus far. That's inside. 2-0.
Hey, it's danger any way you look at it right here. You've got a base open, but you've got an even better hitter waiting on deck. So I don't think I'd be working around this guy. I'd be forced to go right after him.
Late swing on the hitter's count. Still a good count for him now, however, at 2-1. Ready to deal. Here's the 2-1. Sent foul again, and after being way ahead, now it's even at 2-2. Here's the pitch on 2-2. Hard liner toward short, but this will find the shortstop's glove for the 3rd out of the inning. Dodgers strand a couple. They lead it 2-1. Dexter Fowler will stand in to start things off, as this top of the batting order hasn't found a whole lot of success so far.
In fact, just 1 hit between the 1, 2, 3 hitters combined. So apparently the table setters have not been getting their chores done.
Now the Dodgers get a right-hander up and throwing in their bullpen. Here it comes. Squared that one up just a little late. Halfway to 100 pitches. Here it is. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. Even at a ball and a strike. Here's the pitch. Line drive to center field, and that's a base hit, so the pressure's on to open up the inning. So a ringing single here to center field makes it 2 hits for him on the night, and that total is currently tops on the ball club through the first couple of months of the season.
Yeah, and when a guy can post numbers like that, his teammates just expect him to produce game after game. He's a hitting machine for them.
Jason Hayward comes to the plate here, and we'll see how they play it with that leadoff man on base.
Yeah, and in this situation, you've got to move that runner to second any way you can. So we're going to see how they decide to play it right here.
Kershaw comes set. First pitch on its way. Lifted the other way to left center. On the move is Peterson. 1 out.
Yeah, it looked like this might be much more off the bat, but this ballpark has really played large tonight. And, you know, we've seen a few balls right now really get knocked down out there.
Chris Bryant stands in. Was locked up on strike 3 in his last trip.
Yeah, and hopefully he got that out of his system. They really need him to come through right here.
And he'll step off the rubber and go to first. And the runner back. Slaps that one away, and the count will be 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. On the move now is Fowler. Pitch swung on and missed. The throw. It bounces, but he's out. Nice play there to pick the throw and put the tag on quickly.
Well, this is the second time he's been thrown out now. And I think it might be about time to rethink your plan of attack out there on the base paths.
Trying to strike him out for the third time. That perhaps will back him off a bit. 1-2.
Yeah, right back to that inside location. When a guy shows you he can't handle a tough slider on the hands, you can bet that guy on the mound, he's going to go right back to that pitch before too long.
And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Nothing happening there for the Cubbies. They still trail it here 2-1. Welcome back here to the historic friendly confines of Wrigley Field. The men in blue leading in this one as we get set to begin the seventh. But before we do, let's check out the game summary to this point. Yasiel Puig will come forward now to begin the seventh inning in what's been a very briskly played ball game here tonight.
And that's what happens when you get two starters that are on top of their game. It's been great pitching, great defense, not a lot of base runners, and a very even game through 6 innings.
Now the pitch. This is line to left. And there's a base hit, so maybe some insurance here to lead off the seventh. Well, it took him till the seventh, but he gets his first hit of the game here, and that'll extend his hitting streak.
Certainly in this streak, he's had a lot of those opportunities come late in ball games, but he extends it again with another clutch base hit.
In now is A.J. Ellis. As he takes a called strike on the black, it's 0-1. A look here at the hits per side here in the late going. We're in the seventh inning now of a pitcher's duel. 2-1 our score. Fly ball out toward left center field. And this is taken in by Fowler for the first out.
Well, and I think that's the thing with throwing that changeup as slow as he does. You're going to make that hitter supply all the power himself. He gets good wood on this thing, but not enough to get it out of here.
Clayton Kershaw comes to the plate, possibly receiving a bunt sign in order to stay out of the double play. From the stretch. And they'll try and play for one here as he gets this one down. To second for one. On to first, but not in time as he beats it out.
Yeah, you want to put this down to the right side, force that first baseman to field it, but that ball is butted just way too hard, so that's a good decision defensively to go ahead and take the force at second.
So it's a runner at first with 2 men out, and making his way in is the second baseman Chase Utley. Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. Called strike 2 with the letters. 0-2 now.
And you kind of get the sense that he's not really messing around out there too much. There hasn't been a whole lot of setting guys up here in this inning. He's just trying to get himself back into that dugout as fast as he can.
A pause and the 0-2. Froze him for strike 3, and that retires the side. One left for L.A. They still lead it 2-1. Anthony Rizzo will stand in to lead off the inning. Middle third of the lineup, 4, 5, and 6 as they try to get something going.
And this whole lineup's been pretty quiet all game long. Just the one run, that's it.
couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. Here's the pitch. Back to work now is Kershaw as he jumps ahead of the leadoff man, 0-1. For that man right there, just the one run allowed. The question is, can he make that lead stand up?
Well, he hasn't shown too many signs of cracking so far. He's got the look of someone right now who's ready to go the distance.
Lifted in the air out to center field. Peterson is there. And that's the first out of the inning.
And sometimes this is all you have to do. Throw a ton of strikes and keep the ball in the yard. It's worked for him so far.
Ben Zobrist will stride in. Popped out and singled in his 2 trips.
Yeah, and he made just a little adjustment last time coming off of that pop-up the first time around, and he got himself a base knock. That's what the good ones do.
Grounded down the third baseline. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. Here's the 0-2. Lofted in the air out toward right center. There to make the play is Puig for route number 2.
With the 0-2 count, he was really forced to protect the plate, and you can see this ball's not even in the strike zone, but he chases after it anyway, and he lifts this for an easy fly ball.
In is Jorge Soler. As he'll take a look at a slider that can't make it back to the corner. It's ball 1. Fastball got him to swing through it. It's 1-1.
Yeah, he's definitely still bringing it. It's the 7th inning, and we're still hearing the catcher's mitt snapping all the way up here.
On the ground near home. Throw on to the first baseman. Gonzalez will take care of him, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. They're down 2-1. Leading off the inning, Justin Turner, as they'll look for some added insurance before the bottom half of the inning. Now time is called as both guys in the bullpen are ready to go. Pedro Strop will be summoned from the bullpen now as he'll take over to start inning number 8.
46, Pedro Strop.
Leading off the inning, Justin Turner, as they'll look for some added insurance before the bottom half of the inning.
Turner.
Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Big swing and a miss at the fastball, and he's behind in the count 0-2.
Well, he'll lean pretty heavily on that fastball. Why not? It's a big one.
Down the third baseline, but a foul ball, and the count holds at 0-2. The 0-2 home. Grounded back up the middle. Throw on to first in time, so the leadoff man is set down to open up inning number 8.
That's a nice backhanded play there at second. You'd like to be able to get in front of this ball if you can, but here he does a nice job of looking it into the glove, and then he makes the throw to first for the out.
Here's Corey Seager. And this is going to be just foul down the line, as that had double written all over it. Our pitcher's duel continues here. 2-1 score as we play the 8th. Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1. Drilled to the left side. Gloved by Russell. Throw not in time, and he beats it out for his third hit tonight.
Yeah, give him 3 hits now for the ball game. This one's probably the weakest of the bunch, but I doubt he'll be complaining. I know I wouldn't be.
So a runner at first now with 1 away, and stepping in now, the slugging first baseman, Adrian Gonzalez. And a high strike there, 0-1.
And you know, if you're going to challenge a guy up in the zone with a fastball, why not do it on the first pitch? A lot of times he's going to be taken anyway, and you just bought yourself a strike that you can now throw anything off of.
Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind 0-2. And another foul ball. Drilled to the right side. And that'll get past his outstretched glove. It's a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Yeah, and normally with him at the plate, you're going to see that defense in that big overshift. But with a runner on first base, they can't really do that much. So here, he just uses that to his advantage, and he finds a hole right through the right side.
Here's Jock Peterson now, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike.
And you can see him trying to be a little bit more patient here. He's got 2 strikeouts already, but he's got to be careful not to fall too far behind.
And it's quickly 0-2. Runners are at first and second with 1 away. And he is down on strikes again. So get your hats out. That's the 3rd strikeout of the game.
Ouch. That's a rough night at the ballpark here. 3rd strikeout. One thing you can't do, though, you can't go into that dugout hanging your head. You got to think, hey, it's over. I'll get another shot to redeem myself. Whether that's tonight or sometime in the future, that's the attitude you have to have.
Into the box now, Trace Thompson, as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Nail-biting time now in that third base dugout.
Well, things are starting to spiral here, and you've got to make sure this doesn't spin completely out of control.
2 down, runners at first and second. Now a ball hit in the air, but in play perhaps down the line. And the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. Dodgers strand a couple as they're unable to add to their 2-1 lead. Addison Russell will stand in to start out their half of the 8th with that starter still out there, and he's definitely been a tough nut to crack.
No, he's been dominant all game long, and I think part of it is that he got himself a nice lead early on, and that's allowed him to not really worry about making a mistake. He's been free and easy the whole way through.
And now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. And here's a ball hit in the air. Seager is there, and that's not the way you want to start the bottom of the 8th. 1 pitch, 1 gone.
And that's telling of how they've swung the bat. This has just been a punchless offense so far. And this pop-up is pretty indicative of their struggles.
Kyle Schwarber will try it again. He's grounded out and struck out in 2 trips.
Yep, not showing too much so far, but he's got a chance to make something happen right here. See if he can put those other ABs behind him.
And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. 1 out, nobody on. That command may be starting to drift a bit. It's 2-0 now.
And I think with no one on base, this is a guy you need to come after. I certainly wouldn't be afraid to give him a fastball here.
Hitters count. Here's the 2-0 pitch. 2-1 after the foul ball there. He's fallen behind now, 3-1. And this is something we've seen a lot from him recently. He's worked his way into another good hitter's count.
Yeah, it's not unrelated either. When you're going good at the plate, usually means you're being selective and you're not getting yourself out. And when that happens, you'll find yourself in these kind of counts.
And he lays off ball 4. So now the potential tying run here is aboard late in the game.
And for as hot as this guy's been recently, this is a no-brainer. Take the bat out of his hands any chance you get.
Here comes the Dodger manager making his way toward the mound. And he's going to motion for his bullpen here. That'll do it for the starter tonight. So he'll depart with the lead and a chance to be the winner, but he is responsible for the tying run at first. Chris Hatcher will get the call now as he'll try to get the final 2 outs here and get this one on to the 9th inning.
Chris Hatcher.
Miguel Montero will come on to pinch hit here in a big spot.
Miguel Montero.
Time called here, as with the potential tying run aboard, they'll make the move to get a little more speed out there. Oh, it's on the ground to second. Did he get his double play? On to first, and how about that for an entrance? 1 pitch, 2 outs, and the inning is over. Nothing doing here this half. 9th inning coming up. It's the Dodgers 2 and the Cubs 1. Back here in Chicago with a great view of downtown as we're set here to start the 9th inning from Wrigley Field. Tommy La Stella will stay in the ball game as he'll likely do the catching from here out.
Catching, number 2, Tommy La Stella.
Hector Rondon will come on now to start the 9th inning as he looks to keep this deficit right where it is for the bottom of the 9th. Kicking off the top of the 9th, Yasiel Puig, as they'll look for some added insurance before the bottom half of the inning. Served out to left off the end of the bat. And there's a base hit, and this could wind up as an important insurance strike here as the leadoff man's aboard to start the 9th.
Well, these guys have been high on effort, but low on results so far. They're still stuck on 2 runs, but at least they've got a leadoff base runner here to start this inning.
A.J. Ellis gets another crack right here. He's got a hit in 3 tries to this point. Rondon's ready. Here it comes. Lifted in the air to center field. Fowler will settle under it to make the play for the first out as the runner will have to head back to first.
Well, the only good news that comes out of this at-bat is that he stayed out of the double play. Other than that, this at-bat really didn't achieve a whole lot.
Carl Crawford will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Number 3, Carl Crawford.
Popped high in the air. Zobrist is there for it. And that's the second out of the inning.
Yeah, very tough to get on top of a fastball at 96. And even if you miss it by an inch or two, this is what the result will be, an easy pop-up.
So it's a runner at first with 2 men out, and making his way in is the second baseman, Chase Utley. And he swings through a fastball and doesn't catch up with it. It's 0-1.
And that's about where he'll sit with that fastball, 93, 94. And that's plenty hard enough to blow it by guys when you need to.
And now a pitch hit sharply on the ground. But this will get foul for strike 2. A runner on first with 2 away. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. But this will land untouched. Here's the 0-2. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. Dodgers leave 1. They lead it 2-1. Kenley Jansen is on now to try to close things down here in the ninth.
Number 74, Kenley Jansen.
Dexter Fowler will be the first one to greet him here as he'll be forced to turn around and hit from the left side now.
Well, he's feeling good at the plate, so he's already got 2 hits in this game, looking for another one.
And this pitch just about saws him off as he can't get extended at all. It's strike 1.
Yeah, he really pulled off of that one, and that's not the kind of swing we're accustomed to seeing from a guy like him.
Especially starting off an at-bat.
Swing and a miss, and he's in control. 0-2.
Yeah, that's in a great spot, too. Just hard, late movement working down and in.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Oh, and 2 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that'll get a groan from the home supporters here. 1 away.
And this bullpen's picking right up where their starter left off. This has been a real team effort on the mound so far.
Jason Hayward will stand in. He flew out his last time up. From the stretch. Now a swing and a miss as they start him out on a pitch well inside for strike 1.
Well, he just hasn't looked comfortable all night long.
Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Peterson has a read on it, and he brings it in for the second out of the inning.
Up next for the Cubs, third baseman, Chris Bryant.
Chris Bryant will stand in now, and he's been kept quiet out of the number 3 hole, hitless in his 3 at-bats so far.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely one of the better hitters in this lineup, and that's why he's in the middle of the order. He just hasn't been able to get it going today. It happens.
Line drive to left. A screaming base hit here, his first of the night.
Yeah, the tying runs on base now with 2 outs, and who knows? If this next guy can put one in the gap, we could have ourselves a tie ball game.
Anthony Rizzo comes to the plate now with the tying run at first, so he'll be looking to drive a ball into the gap here. A fastball here, too low. It's 1-0. In line for the victory is Clayton Kershaw, should the lead hold. Quick check on that tying run at first, and the runner back safely. A ball and no strikes. Here it is. And he'll try to take control of the inside part of the plate with the fastball as he backs him off a bit. Boy, never a dull moment with this guy on the mound.
Oh, he can sure drive you crazy at times, can he?
Throw over to first, and he just manages to get his hand in.
Why not? Make him get dirty.
And another throw over. And a dive, but he's back. Started to chase that time, but then he wisely holds off for ball 3.
Well, I think he got the pitch he was looking for right there, but not in the right location. So that's a great job of just holding up the swing.
3-0 count. Here it comes. Now a swing, and he pops him up right up the chute. This may be tough behind the plate, and he'll squeeze this one for the final out, and the Dodgers have bounced back from consecutive losses to take Game 3 of the series as this ball game is over.
Well, and you know, maybe the calendar change will do them some good as they begin a new month with a good victory.
This one, definitely a low-scoring affair as we get one last look at our final line score. And guys, a Dodger victory may not have been possible here without the start turned in by this man, Clayton Kershaw. What a performance he turned in. He's our tops player of the game.
Yeah, a lot of positives to take from this outing, no doubt. You see the numbers there, 7 1/3 strong innings. He really put him in a good position to win this ball game.
We'll just about do it. For Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out theshownation.com. The Dodgers win it 2-1. Good night from Chicago.
Here now is our final line score tonight. First for the victorious Dodgers, 2 runs on 11 hits. No errors. They left 9 runners on base. For the Cubs, 1 run on 6 hits. No errors. They left 4 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 43 minutes. A reminder that extra southbound CTA Red Line trains will be available at the Addison Street Station, 1 block east of Wrigley Field. Northbound passengers are asked to board at the Sheridan Station. Post-game bus service will also be available on the 8 Halstead, 22 Clark, 152 Addison, and the 154 Wrigley Field Express routes.